Merhaba oyun severler. Alan Wake'in bir bölümünde daha sizlerleyim. Evet, arkası yarın kafasına gittiği için bizde özet geçiyor. Sağ olsun.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
Bülbül diye geçen.
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found
Senin ayaklarına ne oldu abi?
from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the
Hintliler olan Indian değil, Kızılderililer olan Indian.
Yeah, okay.
Native American anlamında.
There was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make...
Hey, eski Fort Fox'a bak.
But I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving,
Fiesta mı?
so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Öte yandan Barry'nin söylediklerinden bir şeyler anlayabildiniz mi?
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers. Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
Thomas Zane. Şiir kitaplarının yazarı. Aynı zamanda dalgıç. O yüzden o ışıkta parlayan boyaya fener tuttuğumuz zaman sürekli bir tarzında bir nefes alma sesi duyuyoruz. Tabii bu çıkardığım sesi mikrofon düzgün alabildi mi bilmiyorum. Gençler hadi ya biraz çabuk olun. Nereden gidiyoruz? Açmıyor da. Randolph'cum hadi.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Çocukça.
Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew
CHP kadın kollarını kastediyor.
before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Öte yandan ampullerin yanık kalmasıyla kafayı bozmuş kadına CHP kadın kolları diyerek ne kadar büyük bir ironiye sebebiyet verdiğimi şu anda fark ettim. Ya da aslında ironi değil ve CHP gerçekten de AKP'yi orada tutmak için var. Çakma muhalefet. Tın tın tın.
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Hadi bakalım. Saksıdaki bitkiler çürümüş.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good. Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand.
Kızın işi kahve yapmak, bir zahmet güzel yapsın zaten.
Used to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you.
Siyahlı gacı da
Lovely wife.
Barbara Jagger'ın
Must finish what you started.
kılığına girmiş.
Insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me
Neden
going.
kızın yatak odasındayız?
I can't tell reality,
Abo, duvara bak.
but it seems I have an imaginary
Korkunç bir sunak gibi.
She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work...
Rose bizi Nuri'ye alçoladı.
Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
Şşş. Sen ne durumdasın?
Deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
Evet.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter.
Ablaya da musallat olmuşlar. Biz en iyisi yolumuza devam edelim.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart...
Kızı hayat nasıl zorlamış orasından hiç bahsetmiyor.
And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Geldiğimiz yoldan geri dönelim bakalım. Şimdi
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Calmer, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, hi, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I ain't the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know, I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
Aa şey bu. Nezarethanede bizden ışıkları açmamızı isteyen dayı vardı ya. O bağlandı radyoya.
Then I get in trouble with the law, you know, and I'm just, well,
I heard something like that, Walt.
yeah. Well, you know, he's, you know, Daddy's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today. And now I'm just alone here at the window, you know, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
Evet, karanlık teyze var.
Outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. You know, something's gonna happen.
Tamam abi, içgüdülerine güven bence, ben gidiyorum.
I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl. This is Agent
O poor girl bize Nuri Alço çekti.
Hemingway. You're under arrest. You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face. Stay right where you are, Blaine.
Oha. Kamuya açık alanda halk içinde cayır cayır ateş ediyor herif ya. Neyle suçlanıyoruz da bu kadar saydırdın bize?
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac.
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Hayır, onu geçtim. Adam gelişigüzel ateş etmeye başladı. Hey, silahımız yok, fenerimiz yok. İşaret fişeğimiz yok. Uzun ince bir yoldayım. Yürüyorum gündüz gece. Bilmiyorum ne haldayım. Yürüyorum gündüz gece. Biz türkü çığırırken hop. Ben size ateş etmiyorum kardeşim, neyin peşindesiniz? Şuş. Hayır kardeşim, kime ne yapmışım da siz beni ateş açığa kovalıyorsunuz? Manyak mısınız? Yani ne, cinayet mi işledik? Adam mı kaçırdık, tecavüz mü ettik? Çocuğa mı bir şey yaptık? Niye patküt ateş ediyorsunuz? Hakikaten Amerikan polisi fazla tetiğine hevesli.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Hadi size birazcık spoiler vereyim. Rock yıldızları dediği oyunun başında kafede karşılaştığımız geriatrik ikili vardı ya, onlar. Yani bu karanlık gerçekten de sanatçıların yaratıcılıkları üzerinden bir şeyler yapmaya çalışıyor hep. Geriatrik abiler önce şarkıcılar, besteciler. Yetmedi. Bir dakika, bir orası var bir de orası var. Şuraya bakayım. Sonra Thomas Zane. Kendisi şair. Şimdi de biz.
Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you? Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
Karanlık gene harekete geçti. Ya alma mazlumun ahını çıkar aheste aheste.
Everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
I've lost contact with Lucy's men you assigned to me. It's Wake's doing.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that geek writer just took out my deputies?
Salak mı? Aşk olsun.
This guy? He wears a tweed jacket. Over.
He's the guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
Evet. Şerif bacı. Aklı başında konuşuyor ama. Ajanı Nightingale. Şerefsiz ayarın teki çıktı.
You on the ground. Hold the right.
Üş.
There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
Kuşlar sana hiç kok yapsınlar da gör gününü. Daha neler ya, bir de helikopter kaldırmışlar beni yakalamak için. Savaş uçağı da gönderseydiniz, tank falan. Yazarım oğlum ben, yazar, tek kişi. Ne yapmışız biz? Bu ne lan bu kadar? Amerikan başkanına da haber verdiniz mi? NATO'ya falan haber verin. Atsınlar nükleeri, versinler coşkuyu.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what you... Come on!
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over.
Burası Stacky'nin benzinliği zaten.
Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both.
Helikopter de oraya düşmüş.
Gotcha.
Öde İskoç dediği de bildiğin adam viskinin dibine vurmuş gelmeden önce.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
Burada radyo istasyonu var. Başka da bir şey yok, tamam. Rotamızı çizdik.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Yani evet, daha ilk tanışır tanışmaz karımıza sulanması dışında iyi bir adamdır eminim. Kimseye güvenmiyorum bu kasabada.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light. There was no power to the searchlight.
Hayda. Her yerinden de ayrı kaçağı var. Orman yangını çıkarır lan bu. Can da bu kadarmış zaten. Aha, fener. Neyse, hiç yoktan iyidir. Bir de tabancamız olsaydı iyiydi.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades.
Aha, flashbang.
For my situation.
Kesinlikle işe yarar. Takım 1 gitti Şerif bacım. Takım 2 de yok. Sağda solda yerde bir şey bırakmadık değil mi? Gel gel. Hepiniz gelin. Gel. Ah. Ya. Biz bunu gıcık etmek için atardık Counter Strike oynarken. Şöyle biraz ileri doğru kaçalım. Hadi bakalım, seni de gönderdik. Işığa hızlı bir şekilde ulaşalım.
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10-15 minutes ago.
Evet, millet tırstıkça herhalde radyoyu arıyor. Oha, ona bir şey olmamış. Şimdi ona da oldu. Yalnız bunları böyle şeker patlatır gibi atıyoruz da elimizde sınırlı sayıda var. Yetecek mi yol boyunca? Hayda. Gene mi ya? Sarı boya mı o? Öncelikle seni açalım. Şu giriş bir aydınlansın. Silah yok ama. Flashbang'ın dışında uzak tutmak için en azından şeyimiz de var artık. İşaret fişeği. Yediniz bitirdiniz beni ya, yeter. Ekipman kalmadı oğlum. Evet, radyoya ulaştık.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, why, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
Well, I just don't see why the cops bother with the trailer park.
What do you mean?
It's a trailer park. Of course you're going to have trouble in a place like that. I mean, what do you expect? The sheriff should be helping us normal citizens instead of wasting resources on those people.
Well...
Abla bayağı ayrımcı çıktı.
Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer...
Ha, duyur da iyice başımız belaya girsin.
I'm gonna see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake.
Ne kamanem Mr. Wake.
Find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Bu da bize isim takmaya bayılıyor. Hemingway, Dan Brown.
Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
Bak şimdi Lovecraft dedi.
Off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Evet. Aksiyona şimdilik burada bir ara verelim. Bir videonun daha sonuna geldik. Umarım videoyu beğenmişsinizdir. Beğendiyseniz like atmayı ve kanala abone olmayı unutmayın. Bir sonraki videoda görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.